Okay, I think I know how I can get the good ending now. Hold on, let me load my game and see if I choose to go to her thing. I'm gonna support Zoey. All right, Zoey, I'll come see your show. You will? Yeah, I'll ask if the retest can be brought forward, but in the event that I can't, I still want to be there for you. Iris. Zoey's eyes grow teary and a smile filled with relief and gratitude masked her face. Thank you so much, Iris. Really. Don't be silly. You're my sister, Zoey, and I want to be there for you. I know how much this show means to you, and even if it means potential setback in my education, prepare to take that risk. Just make sure to play your heart out, have fun, and get scouted by a major record label. Haha, no promises on the third one. You can rest assured I'll do my part. With you watching me from the audience, there's no way I can fail. Zoey squeezes my hands, giving me the look that means my knees weak. Well, I guess we should get back to class. Right, well, guess I'll see you after school. Now, I wonder if I fucked up anything in the other choices I made. Oh, right there. Phew, I made it. I'd taken so long to get ready that I missed the train over. I had to wait 15 minutes for another one. The event was down on a side street well off the main road, but I managed to find it within a couple of blocks. There's a sign by the fence indicating this is where I need to be. Don't fidget, Iris. Look calm. Though it's not super busy, there is a surprising amount of people here. There's no chairs or anything, but it looks like there's an open bar to my left. Not that I have any desire to make use of it. If I could. After some time waiting, the lights eventually dim. A drummer and a guitarist slide into their places on stage. There's a man in the center who raises a microphone to his lips. Ladies and gentlemen, the stage proudly presents Lead and Pink. There's a spattering of applause as Zoey's band flies on stage. The drummer begins to stick together, and another guitarist points 3 fingers at the crowd, bobbing his head as he walks. Not sure what that means, but this audience seems to like it. And then I see Zoey. She looks restrained, cool, and unruffled. Despite this, she practically beams with pride as she spots me. Lifting my arms up as high as I can, I bounce and wave like a faithful groupie. Zoey grins even more, then restrains herself once again to focus on her guitar. Then the show begins. I can't keep the joy off my face. Zoey looks so cool I can't even hardly bear it. The rowdy audience fades away as I concentrate on the strumming of her guitar. By song 3, there's a sheen of perspiration on her face. It makes her look like an angel. The song trails to an end, there's a loud applause and cheering. I too clap enthusiastically. Before I know it, the show ends. The announcer comes back on stage to pull in the second band for that night. The crowd roars so loudly that my ears instinctively try to block out the noise. I wait anxiously among the escaping masses as Zoey's show comes to an end. Fortunately for Zoey, and unfortunately for me, the venue is packed. I can't move an inch without bumping into someone. I have little choice but to either go with the flow, or wait for the crowd to disperse. Oh man, it's over already? I can't believe this. There aren't even any CDs for sale. How am I supposed to deal with this? Yeah, your life is over. Hey, don't act like you're not interested. You were waving your arms around like an idiot during the first encore. Shut up, you're just testy because you can't perv on that punk chick anymore. Well, hey, it's not like that. Sure it isn't. Just don't do something stupid like try to slip backstage, okay? I just said it's not like that. Scores of people continue to vacate the premises while talking about the show. In particular, many of them seem to be interested in Zoey. The temporary replacement, her face is unfamiliar, and her presence was initially a point of contention for the diehard fans in the audience. But as she played, Zoey proved that she was every bit as talented as the band member she was replacing. Before long, she had amassed a following of her own. How do I get to Zoey? I make my way through to the dirty venue, now having lost its magic from Zoey's show. Popular band that is the main show jerk around like broken animatronics on the platform. Not to my taste at all. At least with Zoey's band I can understand some of the lyrics. Looking around at the crowd, everyone is dressed in grungy black clothes that remind me of Zoey's. Probably stuck out like a pink doll in a Halloween store. I definitely don't belong here. Not really sure where to go. My heart pounds as I approach the side of the stage, slowly making my way through the crowd. Once I'm up close, I spot Zoey's band members. Yo guys, you ready to head off? Almost, let me grab a few things. Alright, have you sorted things out with the newbie yet? Yeah, we're gonna give her a ride back home once we're done. Sweet, I'm gonna leave first then. Give her her best, alright? Her performance tonight was great. Tell her yourself at practice tomorrow. Finally clearing off the stage, Alessa's Zoey's bandmates begin to leave. Only a few fans and venue staff members remain now, to be able to locate Zoey. Thinking that, I head towards the stage, keeping an eye out for my favorite guitarist. Whoa, hold on, where do you think you're going, little lady? Only staff members and performers are allowed beyond this point. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm actually looking for my sister. Seeing that was her first show with this band, you might have seen her on the stage. You know, the slender, black-haired guitarist? You expect me to believe that you're her sister? You look nothing alike. Even if you are related, rules are rules. No audience members beyond this point. No way, can't you make an exception just this once? Not happening, like I said. Rules are rules, right? He heard you. Zoey. Before I can make a spectacle out of myself, Zoey emerges from behind the security guard. Seeing the two of us together, the security guard shrugs his shoulders and walks away, leaving Zoey and I alone together. Zoey, thank goodness you're here. I wasn't sure if I'd... Zoey? While I'm addressing Zoey, she suddenly moves closer and throws her arms around me. I can tell from the strength in her arms and her quick breathing that Zoey is still amped up from her performance. The likelihood that feeling won't soon disappear. Zoey, please, you're hurting me. Sorry, I lost myself for a second there. I'm so glad that you're here. Of course, I wouldn't miss it for the world. Or a very important test. Well, I can worry about that later. Zoey's cheeks tint a lovely pink as I smile at her. Can't really blame you for getting excited, though. You told me this would be a big show, but I didn't realize just how big you were until the music started playing. There were so many people down here that I thought I was going to get swept away. I know, right? Did you see the size of that audience? It was huge, way bigger than I was expecting. I was so nervous that I was shaking, looking down at so many people, thinking about the expectations of me. I was totally freaking out. But then, you know what? I looked down at the audience and I saw you looking up at me, and that was it. I just started playing. I forgot about all the audience in the venue. I forgot about the ticket money, and I completely devoted myself to playing for you. Before I realized it, we played the first 5 songs and I couldn't even hear my own self doubt over their cheers. This was my best show yet, and I owe it all to you, Iris. Smiling brightly, Zoey takes my hand in hers. I look down at our hands minced together, then glance back at Zoey and return her smile with one of my own. Don't be silly. The only thing you owe this night is your hard work and dedication. You were amazing tonight, Zoey. I thought so. Bandmates thought so, and so did hundreds of unbiased strangers. Just like you told me, this is the start of something big for you. Chance of a lifetime. And I'm glad I could be here to see it. Iris. Smiling as we both hold hands, I feel myself slowly pulling towards Zoey. As her sister, I'm proud of Zoey. I want to pour praise on her as I shout out to anyone present that she's my sister, and that she's going to be a superstar one day. But as her friend, maybe something more. I feel as I move close to Zoey, it's something harder to speak of so openly. I stare at Zoey's lips, which are still quivering in excitement, and curled in a smile, and unconsciously I begin to inch my face closer to hers. Zoey widens her eyes slightly, but she doesn't say anything. Instead, she warps her smile into one that excludes an entirely different emotion than moments ago. Zoey and I move closer as my lips begin to part. Ah, there you are. What? I've been looking everywhere for you. Come on, we're about to get going. You still want to ride home, don't you? If you don't hurry up, we're going to, The young woman who I recognize as the band's vocalist suddenly glances towards me. Oh. So sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I'll give you 2 minutes to catch up, okay? No, wait, this isn't what it looks like. No, it's cool. Have it at you two. And don't worry, Zoey, I won't tell the others you were hooking up with your girlfriend while they waited in the van. I'm telling you, this isn't it. Zoey, why aren't you saying anything? While I frantically try to hide my embarrassment, Zoey takes a different approach. She averts her gaze while blushing slightly, neither confirming, god damn it, or denying bandmate's assumption. You got a lovely one there, Zoey. Make it quick, okay? We're gonna head off soon. Oh, and if your girlfriend wants a ride, we do have room for at least one more. Don't be a stranger, okay? Those parting words, the vocalist waves goodbye and returns backstage. Turn towards Zoey once more, still speechless and blushing. She allows a faint smile to appear on her face. But behind that smile and embarrassment of having our relationship thrown into question so openly, I see a hint of sadness. She didn't say I was her girlfriend, but she didn't say we were sisters. Well, there's that. We still don't even know if we're blood related. Stupid brain, stop reminding me of that. Let me enjoy my evening. But what am I going to do if she really is my actual sister? The grip on her arm loosens. I stare at nothing, downcast. What's wrong? Nothing. Is it all the noise? No, it's not. I'll go tell them when we're ready to go and we can get out of here. Thank you for being there for me today. Her genuine smile is enough for me to make my previous thoughts fade into a pool of happiness. Phew, I'm exhausted. I'm not surprised. That was quite a show, Zoey. Tell me about it. All I want to do now is lay down and go to sleep. Better take a shower first. I'm covered in sweat. Ah, good idea. I'll get started on dinner then. Are you sure you wouldn't prefer to join me? Are you serious? Why not? It's just the two of us here. After all, we don't need to hold back. Oh gosh, well, I unconsciously lower my head as my face heats up. Before I can give a response, a smirk appears on Zoe's face. Don't get so worked up, I was just kidding. Though if you work up the guts to join me, I won't turn you away. Still wearing a smirk that hides her true intention, I can't tell if Zoey is joking or not. But even if she isn't, she's correct about one thing. I certainly don't have the guts to join her on my own accord. Why do you have to be so difficult to read, Zoey? If you just honestly say what's on your mind without turning everything into a joke, Wait a minute. Eyes catch a letter by our front door. What on earth? Ah. What's wrong? Zoey, it's here. What's here? The test. It's here. The results are here. What test? Did the professor... Oh, is this all going to be the same? Let's see. Oh no, is this all going to be the same? I don't want to get the bad ending again. Okay, let's see if this changes it. Okay, this was different. The rain that started during our ride home had gotten heavy, and I find it difficult to see that far into the distance. I can't see a single other person on the street, let alone Zoey. Zoey! Shout at the top of my lungs, praying that Zoey might hear my voice and come back. My words have no effect. Whether they're being drowned out by the rain, ignored, or simply misdirected, Zoey does not respond. Damn it. God freaking damn it. Why? Why now? Just when we're getting along so well. My legs buckle and I hit the ground hard. Water drenches my dress and underwear, but I don't care. No one could see me anyways, and even if they could, it wouldn't matter. Zoey's gone, my sister, my girlfriend, no matter what I call her. The person I love most had just disappeared. Possibly for good. Was I really so wrong? All I wanted was to show Zoey that I still loved her, and yet she pushed me away. I wrap my arms around my torso and hang my head. The rain has soaked every inch of my body, and yet I don't feel a thing. My entire body is numb. Inside and out. Zoey rejected my love, and no other feeling can topple that. Zoey! Water streams down my face as I close my eyes and lurch forward. Whether it's the rain or my own tears, the feeling of crushing anguish is unmistakable. All I want to do is crawl into a hole and die. Zoey really was my sister. Let's see here. Anything changes? Right where you should be here. God. Oh, she's still going to be packing. For the fifth day in a row, the entire day passes by without me catching a single glimpse of Zoey. Ever since I kicked Zoey after hearing the test results, I haven't been able to get in contact with her at all. She hasn't been coming to school or even coming home. No one has heard from her. Nobody seems to know where she is. Zoey has vanished, and it's all my fault. Zoey, where could you have gone? Come back home. I'm really starting to get worried. I make dinner with tears in my eyes as I realize just how much I miss Zoey. My mind is filled with thoughts about how great it would be to cook together again, or even just eat together. No matter how much I lament her absence, she doesn't return. Zoey, are you in here? Trespassing in your room, hurry up and tell me off before I start going through your things. I enter Zoey's room while calling out the empty space. Surely enough, Zoey's nowhere to be seen. Just me in an empty room, filled with Zoey's belongings. Maybe I can find a clue about where she's gone. Zoey couldn't have gone that far, right? I look around Zoey's room for anything out of the ordinary. Check the browsing history on her computer for bus and train timetables, look through her trash for receipts, even check if she's brought spare clothes with her. But for all my searching, I find very little. Zoey's taken the bag she brought with her when she first moved in. She also brought her guitar and several sets of clothing. Wherever Zoey went, she's preparing to take her disappearing pack for a long time. Who am I kidding? Zoey could be halfway across the country by now. She isn't coming back. Never coming back again. Sit down on Zoey's bed and grab her pillow. Her scent lingers, but her warmth is gone, along with her presence. Even so, I hug her pillow tightly. I wrap my arms around it and rest my head on top, closing my eyes as tears begin to form in my eyes. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep torturing myself like this, wishing Zoey would come back. I need to find her and bring her home. Because without Zoey here, I strengthen my hold on the pillow. My eyes still closed, I imagine that pillow is Zoey. I hug Zoey as tightly as I can, burying my face in her chest as I indulge in her warmth. The pillow only lasts for a moment. I open my eyes to find not Zoey, but a pillow stained with my tears and mucus. Ick, Zoey, sniff. Not just the same. Living here without you isn't the same, Zoey. Can't even bring myself to leave the apartment out of fear that you might return while I'm out. Leave again. How am I supposed to go on like this, Zoey? Tell me. Scream into the pillow desperately, burying my face so the world can't see how pathetic look. I know I'm being irrational. I know that Zoey can't hear me, and that I'm becoming a shut-in won't bring her back. But I can't help myself. Zoey's the only thing on my mind, and until I find her, that isn't going to change. You can't just insert yourself into my life and then vanish. That's not fair, Zoey. You said you wanted to be with me. Is it all a lie? Pull my face away from my pillow and throw it at the door. Everything changed when we took that stupid test. We were both so happy together, living as sisters who only acknowledged our relationship when it suited us. All I want is to go back to that time before we were sure about our blood relation. If we never took that test, we could have been happy, living in denial and making up our own truth. But we just had to know, and now, because of that, Zoey is clenched my hands, unconsciously digging my nails into my ears, pierced the skin, drawing little drops of blood as I failed to contain myself. I wish I never took that damn test. Why? Why did we have to know the truth? Couldn't we have just left for good? Couldn't we just left good enough alone? Couldn't we both be an ordinary couple, oblivious to everything around us? Other people do it. Why couldn't we? A few drops of blood escaped from my clenched fists. Seeing that, a small semblance of rationality returns to me. I unclench my fists and fall backwards onto Zoey's bed. The relationship was doomed from the start, wasn't it? How could the world ever accept two sisters? We were just fooling ourselves. There's no way we could even be together. Yet, I wet my bloody hands on the sheets, then bring them to my face as to hide behind them. I don't want to live in a world where I can't be with the person I love. Even if nobody else understands, I want to be together with Zoey, now and forever. If I can't do that, then. I raise my hand above my face, watching through teary eyes as a drop of blood falls on my face. I don't know what I'll do. After a sleepless night of incessant worrying and torturing through the lots of hypothetical situations, school passes me in the blink of an eye. Even after my final class ends, I find myself slouched over my desk, staring at nothing, while my self-loathing gets... Honestly, what was I thinking? I'm her older sister, for crying out loud. I should have read the situation better and helped Zoey to calm me. Instead, I forced myself on her, pressured her to take action there and then. Now she's gone, and it's starting to feel like I'll never see her again. I'll be more than worried about your sanity. Talking to yourself is never a good sign. I look up to find one of my classmates standing in front of me. When did you get here? Since before you started sulking and burying your head into your... Seriously, Iris, what's wrong with you? Is it that time of the month? Nothing like that. I'm just worried about Zoey. Yeah, how did you know? He hasn't shown up at school for a week, and you've been gloomy every single day. It doesn't take a genius to figure it out. Oh, so it's that obvious, huh? Afraid so. What happened? Do you want to talk about it? It's difficult to say. I think I may have forced Zoey to do something she hated. Really? That doesn't sound like something you'd do. I know, but I wasn't thinking clearly, okay? I let my emotions get the best of me, and I just... Alright, calm down. I'm sure it's nothing you can't fix. Have you spoken to Zoey about what happened since then? Your best bet would be definitely be to talk things through. I wish I haven't seen Zoey at all since. She's going to such great lengths to avoid me that we haven't spoken even once. She could be dead in a gutter for all I know. Okay, that's a little morbid. And baseless, I might add. Zoey's alive and well. She is? You've seen her? Well, it's not like I saw her in person. More like I know where she'll be, not where she is. I saw a poster for this band playing tonight, and Zoey was listed as one of the members. A fairly well-known band, too, at least around these parts. She must really... Where? Where did you see this poster? Over at the train station. If you go over the ticket gates, then there's this thanks wall of posters. You're welcome, Iris. After verifying for myself the information given to me, I locate the bar at which Zoey's advertised to be playing. Although her performance wasn't on the poster, her name was printed clearly, although her face wasn't on the poster, her name was printed clearly as a performer filling in for one of the regular bandmates. Truth be told, I'm disappointed in the venue. After her last show, this bar feels like a massive step down. But if I can't find Zoey here, if I can find Zoey here, then I have no complaints. All that matters to me right now is that I'm able to see her face once more. Before long, the lights begin to dim, and a band begins to walk on stage. The singer introduces the group. They all prepare their instruments, and the show begins. Most importantly, however, off to the side looking down the entire time is Zoey. Zoey! Zoey! Zoey, can you hear me? Zoey! I call to Zoey, but my voice is drowned out by the music and cheering. With her eyes fixated on her guitar, Zoey can neither hear nor see me waving my arms and screaming at her. Even though we're so close physically, it feels like the distance between us hasn't shrunk in the least. I wait for the show to finish and wait for the crowd to disperse. Once the number of people in the viewing area begins to dwindle, I make my way over to the stage and confront Zoey. Zoey. Wait, Iris? Oh, so you remember who I am. I was beginning to think you'd forgotten all about me. Of course not. Zoey turns away and avoids making eye contact. What are you doing here? Isn't it obvious? I came here to talk to you. You haven't been home all week. You left without saying anything. You've made no contact and you haven't attended class even once. Why are you so desperate to avoid me? Did you hate what I did to you that much? Was it really so bad that you needed to run away from home? I clench my fist by my sides. Voice grows louder and more strained. Desperate, despite the fact that we're in public, I can feel my anger and grief getting the best of me. If you told me that was the case, then at least I could understand what you were thinking. But until now, you haven't said a thing. If you hated what I did to you so badly, then tell me. Give me a chance to apologize and try to make things right between us. All I'm asking for you is to be direct and honest with me. Is that too much to ask for? Answer me this, Zoey. Did you or did you not want me to kiss you? I don't know. Not as simple as you're making it sound. It is simple. Either you feel the way you do or you don't. It doesn't need to be any more complicated than that. Zoey shakes her head. I don't get it. Of course I don't get it. You're not telling me anything. If you want me to understand, then don't just run away. Talk to me. What don't I understand, Zoey? Just tell me. Zoey starts to shake her head, then stops. She raises her head and finally looks me in the eyes, wearing a serious expression as she does. Iris, what I feel for you isn't that simple. You're my big sister, but also my friend, and after what happened, I was thinking maybe even something more. But I just don't know. How am I supposed to know what I really feel for you? Do I love you as my sister, my friend, or something else entirely? That's the question that's been on my mind for a while now. And then when you kissed me, I knew. Zoey's eyes start to tear up, although she's tried to keep a stern expression on her face. Her emotions betray her. Iris, you're my sister, so why do I feel like this? How could I feel so good while kissing my own sister? It isn't normal. I can't help it. I can't help how I feel about you, Iris, and truthfully, I don't want to. Our relationship is more important to me now than I ever could have imagined. I don't want anything to get between us, and yet tears start to spill out of the corners of Zoey's eyes. Her lips are trembling and she's no longer able to speak normally. What that teacher said about me, he was right. I am a bad influence. I'm a horrible person who keeps on dragging down the person she loves most. Who does that? What kind of sick individual screws up the lives of their own family? That's exactly what I've done. What I've been doing for the moment I got here. Your grades, your life, I barely gave them a thought. As long as you were right there beside me, I was happy. But you know what the worst part is? Even after realizing how much I've hurt you, I know I kept on doing exactly the same thing. I'll rely on you, I'll drag you into whatever mess I create. Yet despite all of that, despite loving you so much and fearing how much I'll hurt you, I still wanted to be by your side. Iris, I knew deep down inside we were related. I was only fooling myself. I want to trap you in a taboo relationship that no one else on earth will ever accept. I want to take you all from myself. That's why I ran away, Iris. That I couldn't stand to look at you. Because I know that no matter what else comes our way, the one thing I'll never be able to protect you from, me. Zoey grabs her own arms as she shakes back and forth, scared by her own words. I too am surprised by what I hear. Of all the scenarios I played on my head regarding Zoey's disappearance, none of them came close to matching this. And now that I know the truth, I can finally make things right. Zoey. No, don't come any closer. Zoey pulls back as she screams at me. Weren't you listening to me? We can't do this anymore. I don't care if you hate me for this. I refuse to allow myself to keep holding you back and hurting you. Please, Zoey, just... No. The moment I try to put my hand on her shoulder, Zoey runs out of the bar. For an instant, I feel a sense of deja vu flash through my mind. Once again, Zoey is trying to leave me behind, trying to run away from me, and this time around, I may not find her so easily. But I'm not about to let that happen. I chase Zoey outside into an alleyway by the bar. Tired from her performance and perhaps other factors I'm unaware of, Zoey isn't fast enough to escape. I grab Zoey by the wrist and prevent her from running away. Zoey, stop. No, let go of me, Iris. You're better off without me. Just leave me alone. I will not. Despite her resistance, I pull Zoey closer. Please let me do this. The one way I can protect you. I don't need protecting, Zoey. Not from you, at least. Whatever harm you think you're saving me from by running away, you're only going to make it worse. Don't do this, Iris. I already made up my mind to leave. If I can't do that right now, then I don't think I'll ever be able to let you go. Tighten my grip on Zoey's arm and shake my head. It's fine by me. Before Zoey can run away, I pull her into my arms. Once again, I force our lips together, and indulging in the warmth of Zoey's body as a familiar sensation spreads throughout my body. Zoey pulls away at first, still showing feeble signs of resistance, but this lasts for only a moment, and before I know it, she's returning the embrace in full. I wrap my arms around Zoey so tightly that escape becomes impossible, and Zoey does the same to me. For all of her talk of how great the need for us to be apart, Zoey clearly has no intention of letting me go. I'm going to be happy. Zoey, don't you ever want to run away from me again. Whatever angst or lust you feel, just come to me. I'll take it all in. Iris. Taking my words as an invitation, Zoey slips one hand down my waistline. Firmly cups my buttocks in her hands while kissing my neck, causing a faint moan to leak out of my mouth. Zoey, not so fast. Take this slow, okay? We can go home, talk this through some. No more talking. Our lips are forced together once more, this time by Zoey. What's that say? Calm before the storm. Our lips are forced together once more, this time by Zoey. Presses her body against mine so closely that I can feel her nipples poking through her shirt. Her soft breast changed shape as our bodies melded together, taking both of us to a state neither one of us knew existed. Too late to back out now, Iris. I won't let you go again. Says the girl who ran away. But that's okay, I'll forgive you, just as long as you don't ever leave me again. I won't. Not for anything in the world. I don't care if you're my sister anymore. I'm through pretending that what we have isn't real. I love you, Iris, not just as a sister, but as more than that. And if you'll have me, Unbelievable. Oh dear. Startled by an unexpected voice, Zoey and I jump back in surprise. We look towards the entrance of the alleyway and find someone neither one of us were expecting to see. Professor? What are you doing here? What does it look like I'm doing? I'm tracking down you two troublemakers. I saw on a poster that Zoey would be playing here tonight, so when I saw you skulking around this part of town, I knew you were on your way to meet her. That being said, I clearly wasn't expecting this. The professor points at Zoey and I in return. Although we're no longer embracing, we're standing right next to each other, and our clothes are disheveled from moments ago. I knew I'd find two of you together doing something but incest? Professor, it's not like that. We were just... I don't want to hear it. Physical love between two women is bad enough, but between blood-related sisters, that's just disgusting. Truancy, plummeting grades, visiting bars late at night, all of your recent failings have become of this relationship with this girl. That ends now. I'm going to call your father, the school board, and everyone else who needs to hear about the dark path of debauchery you're headed down. For that, however... Professor grabs me by the wrist and pulls me away from Zoey. Hey, let me go. This is for your own good, Iris. Your sister may be beyond saving, but there's still some help for you. I know a counselor who runs a conversion camp for the troubled youths like yourself. I'll have a discussion with your father about setting you on the right path. No, please stop it. This can't be happening. It isn't. Whoa. Zoey. Iris, quick, take my hand. Zoey, what did you... I said take my hand. I do as Zoey says and immediately begin to pull me along. We rush off before the professor can stand, running through the streets with no action. Run for what feels like hours, not stopping once to catch our breath. And by the time either one of us can think straight, we've run all the way back home. Oh.